Hey guys, and welcome to another product of Rohr 3D Solutions. Today we're going to talk real quick about the lemon chart that we just finished up. So as you can see, it is again another Cinema 4D model designed specifically so that you have a quick direct drop into Cinema 4D with the fish character rig. In particular, there are a couple of functions within the Espresso that I've created, and I've also used some of the other functions that are already available, like the speed, nose wiggle, and tail wiggle. So I've offered just a head lift and a mouth open. So I've already done a couple of keyframes here. I'll go ahead and just run this so you can see. So what we have is the shark has a real nice blend to it. It is weight mapped properly, so I've cleaned it up a little bit, allowing the mouth to open and close kind of more appropriately, the head to be able to adjust, and as normal, whenever you take one of these fish rigs and you kind of drag it around, it will absolutely react to whatever it is that you're doing with the rig. So it has kind of a fluid motion to it. So that's what's going on with that part of it. So if I come back in here real quick and we talk about, I'll go ahead and reset it, and we talk about what we have in the rig. So as usual, you have level detail editor. If I come in here, I did a pretty high level of detail on the original model. I just kind of got carried away, and I may end up cleaning this up later and reduce that. But for the moment, it seems to work out pretty well. It's still not that high poly, so it's pretty low poly, but you can obviously go ahead and crank that up if you want something to be really high subdivided. It is a completely built-in quad model, and obviously you have your subdivision renderer, which I always recommend it going at least at 1 or higher. So when you do render it out in your animation or your scene, it will actually come out looking really good. And then you have your different control options. So let's go ahead and let's just clear out these tracks. And if we look at what we have here, so what you have, it's very simple. You just have to hit play. And you automatically get them to kind of kick off an animation. You have your adjustment for speed that'll adjust how much movement you have in general. You can increase or decrease your amount of nose wiggle. The kind of the happy medium. You can kind of go silly with it, have them just kind of panning around and looking, or have them really slapping around in the water if you're doing some sort of an exciting animation. But if I was diving and I saw one of these guys, I'd probably be seeing them look more like this. They're kind of relaxed. Actually, that's probably even too fast. They're pretty relaxed, and they have kind of dramatic, slow tail throws. So anyway, that's that part of it. And then additionally, with all of these controls, you also have the ability to go and adjust the mouth. And I have a little bit of an adjustment so that the pivot also articulates a little. So it's not just opening the mouth, he's opening his mouth and he's sliding his mouth down a little bit. So if you've ever swam with a lemon shark, you know that they have this kind of funny looking gaping mouth. They're funny until they're up close and they're a little scary, but the their big mouth kind of has this pancake kind of section in it. So I went for the same look here to do exactly that. The teeth, they are added in here as skins, so they are they're attached by the skin feature or the skin as a skin child of the main mouth to make it easier. But as always, if you have an interest in purchasing this model and you would like the build items, I do have the spline that I used along with the step function to be able to create the different size of the teeth and everything else. And of course, as we progress into more and more models, lately we've been doing a lot more of the UV mapped large UV mapped single texture items, which obviously makes sense. And another neat little feature is you can actually, if you choose, you can go in and use the outline that's included with the file, and this is a UV map, and yes, it is only mapped on one side, so you are getting a symmetry. And if you want a specific additional textures or cuts on another side to make it asymmetric, again, just let me know. I'm happy to go ahead and create a second side for the UV map if you're not familiar with how to do that. But all the parts are in here. You can modify and manipulate them. And if I just bring it up, this is the here is the end result of the actual mapping. And I love the dramatic eye, as most lemon sharks have. They have this really cool looking eye. It's kind of a cat eye almost. So when it's all said and done, you'll end up with this really kind of mean looking gentle lemon shark. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It's an easy model to manipulate. It will be in the store at Rohr3dsolutions.com or in CG Trader. As always, thanks for watching and happy modeling.